this section, we are going to learn about removing as well as attaching the different frames and the cap driver to the machine. For this, we have the cap driver currently attached. We are going to remove the cap driver with the appropriate screws as well as attach the cap driver. When we remove the cap driver, we have 4 thumb screws that we need to loosen. We have 2 on the bottom, one on the left-hand side of the arm and one on the right-hand side of the arm, and then 2 on top. Again, one on the left and one on the right. The thumb screws at the bottom, they look kind of like wings. We will go ahead and actually move them to the left. And you'll see, you actually can kind of see that cap frame dropping a little bit. We don't want to unscrew it completely, we just want to loosen it up enough. Then the 2 top ones, we need to loosen those as well. And I will go ahead and twist them to the right. You can feel it kind of loosen up. And as they are loosened, we can actually remove it. Just slide it out towards you. And you can see here at the top that I do have these thumb screws that may interfere with the back of the machine. So sometimes if I tilt the cap frame just a little bit, make sure we clear the needles and any guards. Go ahead and pull that off and pull it forward, and now you can see we've just removed the cap driver. Now to attach the cap driver, what we have to do is you want to see that we have 4 slots for our screws. We have 2 for the top thumb screws and 2 for the bottom wing thumb screws. And if we take our cap driver, typically what we want is that we want everything to be center. Otherwise, it may be difficult to attach that cap driver. So you can see that the center plate is center with the top portion here. And what we'll do, we want to take care that the needles don't run into this top portion. And what we might have to do is kind of tilt it as we glide it through. In addition, you can see the cutout for the arm, so we want to make sure that the arm fits right through here. We don't want to be jamming anything, so make sure that you maybe tilt that cap driver just a little bit. Make sure you get those thumb screws behind. And now, after we've put the tubular arm through this hole, we're going to go ahead and slide it back. We need to make sure the top 2 thumb screws fit right back into these slots. In addition, you need to make sure that the thumb screws at the bottom fit into those slots. If they do not fit into the slots, this will cause problems. So we need to push it back as far as possible, make sure they're nice and snug, and then we can start tightening these screws. I like to start at the bottom, tighten it up a bit. Again, make sure it's nice and snug in the back there. The top screws, we'll go ahead and make that pretty snug as well. And what I like to do is take those, make sure they're snug, and then after I know they are in place, let's tighten it. Make sure it's nice and tight so we're not going to have movement when the machine is stitching. So we go ahead and tighten that. And now that cap frame is on.